we have the SGL here, and I have some unfortunate news that is tied to that. Here we go. So I was in the Coven, and they're gone. And now with Wolf Blood, a woof, but like, holy shit. So here's the thing. The Coven is deleted. You know, after reaching top 10 on the SGL for spring 2024, they are gone. And it kind of, I wouldn't say it was a full surprise, but it was, there was a point up to the decision that it was under the radar, essentially. But I knew something was up. But so in the last couple of weeks in the Coven, we had item locked. You know, I thought everything was going great. Got the top 10. Everyone was still grinding, you know, PvP or PvE, and there's still Coven players who do PvP, but doing the PvE stuff, doing the stepping. Item locked was tracking EXP differentials between the guild below and above. So like people were like keyed into progressing Coven further, you know, up the SGL, and top 10 was a huge milestone for them. You know, it was a great milestone for a guild of, you know, their age specifically, like how old the guild is. And things were looking good. But then Desi, who was also known as Fena, Desi always, but Desi, you know, something changed, and Dead Poet Society actually invited me to their Discord, because the Coven and DPS, at least according to Desi, very much aligned in their beliefs and how they run their guilds and how they play the game. So they were allies. So I was there. DPS is full noobs, okay? So if you don't like noobs, you won't like their Discord. But I would say it's a good group of noobs. But then, you know, a couple days after joining that Discord, Desi's in the Coven Discord discussing a merger at the end of spring 2024 between the Coven and DPS. And that was what was said. It wasn't clear if the Coven would exist outside of Desi. And it really wasn't clear about how many people would follow Desi. Because a lot of guildies were like, why? You know? Why would we want to do that when we're in such a strong position? So in my perspective, or from my perspective, it didn't look like it was it was news that they wanted to hear, right? So that was on the table. The writing was on the wall that the Coven was not going to last beyond spring 2024. But then just a couple days after that discussion in the guild chat, guild leadership changed. Desi stepped down. John B at the time, and now I think they're known as the programmer, assumed leadership. And Desi was just taking some time to herself. And the guild was kind of like, I wouldn't say fumbling, but they were, according to item locked, we were losing, like, you know, in the EXP war on the SGL, and, you know, things weren't as steady as they were. And then following that, Desi announced that, you know, this is the end of the Coven, or of the Oven, or however you want. Any nickname you want, dude. Oh, is it John P? My bad. I said John B. I barely know any guildies in there. You know what I mean? Desi said it's the end of the Coven. Didn't say that she was deleting the guild. But that was a hard decision to make. And then the guild was deleted. I log in like an hour later, and I'm guildless. I'm guildless. And I'm like, wow. Okay, so there's that. So yeah, Desi deleted the Coven. And the history of that guild is gone. Save for a couple screenshots apparently. But yeah, there's nothing capturing a guild like that. And yeah, we make fun of, like, in the SGL, guilds who like die and they're like a log going down the river, you know, where you're waiting for them to get overtaken by other guilds on the SGL. But like, we never want a guild to like delete itself. You know, we don't want a guild to delete itself in the history of that guild and the hard work of those guild members and the leader itself, right? And, you know, especially when you win awards, like they won awards from our community event, and, you know, the achievements they made, reaching top 10, because you still get the SGL base award for placing. And it's just like, that was a harsh decision to make, and I don't know if it was the right one. I'm not the guild leader, but but I will say I was there for a short time. I barely knew anyone. I think I knew Shin. I was trying to develop a friendship with Kasu, and among others, and Desi, item locked. It doesn't hurt me as bad. I am still sad for the guild in Desi, but I hope that the Coven members who like were ride or die, I hope you've already found better homes, and I hope you're proud of what you accomplished with the Coven, because it's just bad news every time a guild is deleted. Established guild, okay, not like Duckfuck69, whatever dumbass guild name you could think of. But yeah, so rip to Coven. Here's Fresca. I'm not going to pour it out, but I will sip one for you.